Hello, crafty friends. Welcome and thank you for joining me. My name is Melissa Miller. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Southern California, and today I wanted to make a card with the Merriest Moments bundle and the Merriest Moments hybrid embossing folder. Now, the embossing folder is actually the star of the show here, and you can find these items on page 43 of our mini catalog. You can purchase the stamp set and the dies as a bundle, and then the embossing folder is an additional item that you would need to purchase. And with this set, you get, let me put this out of the way. You get the, with the bundle, you get the stamps and the dies. In the stamp set, you've got Together is the Merriest Place to Be, Joy, Thinking of You This Festive Season, Season's Greetings, A Joyful Christmas to You and Yours, and then some sprigs and the poinsettia flowers and some leaves and your berries, which are really nice. And then in the die set, you actually get two sheets. There's 16 dies here. You get your outline image that we will be using. You get some larger poinsettias. You get your leaves, the smaller poinsettia flowers, and you get this piece that will cut everything out after you have embossed it. And I'm going to show you how that works. And then we will also be using the little rectangle that comes in there. It's really neat how all this fits in there together. And the embossing folder, which I said is the star of the show here. This is a 3D embossing folder. So when you use this, let me show you. It is thicker than regular embossing folders. So when you use it in your emboss and cut machine, you want to use the main plate, your number 1 and your number 4, and nothing else, because this is really thick. So I don't know how they thought of this, but it's really pretty neat. What they did here was you can cut a piece out. You can take your rectangle die and place it in here, and it just fits right in there perfect, so you can get a cutout. So let me show you. I did already run it through the machine because I didn't want to make everybody dizzy. But you have your piece of paper in there, and you close the folder, run it through your machine, and then when you open it back up, you've got your frame, which is all embossed. You've got your sprigs and your leaves and everything here. And then we've also, I'm hoping you can see it, we've got some, I think they're kind of like little snowflakes. We could actually take a white gel pen and color those. Looks really nice. And you've got your frame that cuts out. Or you can just run it through the machine without cutting out the middle. And you've got this piece, which is actually what we will be using today. I hope you can see all the detail in that. I just love the 3D folders. They are really nice. So let's get started. I'm gonna put this aside, put this back over here. Now I've already got all our pieces prepared just because it's quicker. I don't want to take up too much of everybody's time today. So I did use this main outline die, and I cut out our layering piece. It just came out nice and clean, super simple, quick. And then I ran this piece through the embossing folder, and then I took this die and I cut everything out. I just ran it through the machine, and it comes out perfect. The open areas here allow all your raised images to still remain raised, and it just comes out beautifully. So what we're going to do first, I think, is we're going to glue that on there so it can dry for a minute. And because it is raised, let me make sure that's going the right orientation. Because it is raised, we want to add a little bit extra glue in here just so it stays. Because you can see on your pieces back here, they have the impressions. It's the negative because it's the back, but the impressions are still there. So we want to make sure that we get some good coverage on there with our glue so it all sticks down, it doesn't come up. There we go. Getting a lot of glue in those open areas. It doesn't take too long, just a second. All right, so let's lay this down on there. And you can just see how it just goes right over that border image. It's so pretty. Let's get that lined up nice and even here. Okay, let's put that aside, and I'm just going to put a block on it so it dries. The block will not do anything to your raised areas. It will just kind of hold that in place for a minute. So while we're doing that, let's go ahead and get our other pieces glued together. We are going to layer this piece that I ran through the die cutting machine, the embossing folder, and all I did was trim it down to fit my red layering piece. Let's see what we got there. That looks good. Always use liquid glue so you can move it around a little bit. Perfect. We'll go ahead and glue our sentiment, which I already stamped to save some time, onto our rectangle. And what I did here was I just cut out two, and you've seen me do this before. I cut out one out of white, and then I stamped my sentiment on the crumb cake, and I just cut that out, and then I trimmed off the stitching. So can you see how there's stitching on the white piece here? And then I just trimmed off the stitching so it fits in there with a really nice layer. And all my colors here, I used crumb cake, cherry cobbler, and evergreen, the evening evergreen. I love that new color this year. It's perfect for Christmas. So let's go ahead and put that one on there. And I want to give away one of these cards. I will be giving away one to someone that comments. I will do a random drawing. And I think I'm going to do a video next week too. I already have something kind of in mind. So I will, today is the 10th. I will do the random drawing on the 18th? No, on the 17th. And then I will post it in my next video, who won a free card. So I'm just putting some dimensionals back behind here. We are not going to take these off yet though, because these actually go on here. You know what? We might be able to. I think it might be dry by now. Oh yeah, that's good. It only takes just a second. So we'll go ahead and take our backings off of here. And then after we're done building this card, I have some other samples to show you. So this is the one that I decided at the end of the night last night to go ahead and do. I was kind of stuck in a rut. I was using reds and greens, and I was just thinking, you know, they look so much like cards that I've done previously. And then I was walking out of my craft room to go in the other room, and I saw my wreath that I have hanging on my craft room door. It is a Christmas wreath, and it does stay up there all year long because, well, there's a couple reasons. Because I made it, and I like it, and because I don't have a box to store it in. So I leave it up there all year. I will try to post a picture in this video where I got my color inspiration from. Just so you can see, we're going to put some dimensionals behind here. And of course, I will put more than I need just because I want to have lots of dimension and I don't want it to sag anywhere. So let's do that. This is a really large area, so I just want to make sure that I get it covered. just scatter them all over. I know I'm using more than I need to, but I would rather have the whole thing covered than not. So what we'll do now is we're just going to remove these. And I have everything all prepared just because I was trying to make it quick and easy. I just wanted to show you the embossing folder really, and what a beautiful job that it does embossing. And the fancy little trick where you can cut it out. And I'll show you what I did on another card when we're done with this one. This really does come together pretty quick. I think I got them all. So we'll go ahead and put this on there, and you can see we've got our raised images here, and we've also got our raised images here. So it shows me where I want to place this. Hopefully I'm not getting my head in there. I need to move it down just a little bit. And it will hang off the edges here, but not on your card. Not once you put it on your card. There we go. I think that's good. Now we can go ahead and put this on our card base. It is such a beautiful day right now. It was freezing this morning. It was like 40. So I've got a long sleeve sweatshirt on and a long sleeve t-shirt underneath that. It's finally warming up. It's really pretty outside today. Nice crisp fall day. Okay, so we've already got that done. Isn't that kind of cool? And then I know we did poinsettias before, but we are going to do some more poinsettias. I already got these cut out. I cut these out with the 3 little dies here, and I used cherry cobbler for those, and I just cut out a whole bunch and then I layered them, and I dropped one, so I need to pick that up if I can find it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm back. I found it. It actually went underneath my desk. Took me 5 minutes to find it, but I did find it. So we've got 4 poinsettias, and then we've got 6 leaves that we're going to use here. Let me bring those in. And I also cut those out with the die in the set. Turn that over. So we're just going to kind of place these. I put the bigger one down here in the corner. Just figure out how we want our leaves. I like to place them before I glue them, just so I can see how they're going to go. And then we've got another one up here with 1 leaf. And then another one down here with another leaf. I just love these colors together. They just look so pretty. So festive, ready for Christmas. We're going to put one back there, and then another one back there. Make sure I turn my leaves the correct direction. There we go. I think that's probably good placement. So let's go ahead and glue those down. Really simple. You know, in this die cutting, it took no time at all. They just all run through the machine really quickly. Got one there. And only just put a little bit of glue on the end of your leaf. Then I've got my poinsettia. Just a little bit of glue back there. There we go. And they set pretty quick in there. Once you get that glue on there, they dry really quickly. Don't forget to comment. YouTube loves comments. And I will do the drawing next week, next Saturday, to give away a free card. Random drawing. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and share if you feel like doing so. I would greatly appreciate it. I am still kind of new to the videos, so everything helps. that one there. And it all comes together so quick. Drop that one on there. And we will be adding some pearls. The pearls just really make this. They bring out the white in that frame and on the border of the card base. Oh, I got a little bit of glue where I didn't want it. That's okay. It'll dry clear. Let's get this one on there. And we're just going to tuck that underneath a little bit, I think, that piece that I got glue on. There we go. Perfect. Nobody will know. Okay, so now let's put our pearls on. This is so pretty. I just love these colors together. So we'll put one in the middle of each flower. It's still a little too soon for me for Christmas, because when I'm done here, I am going to go out and decorate for Halloween. I need to put all my ghosts and goblins in the trees, and then I have a whole bunch of tombstones that I put all around the trees in the front yard. We have a lot of trees, and so I just try to make it spooky. Not scary, just spooky. And then we will be adding some more pearls to our embossed image here, just randomly. I did use a lot of pearls on this card. I think they just kind of make it. They just add so much to the image. Let's see, where else did I put some? I got ones down here. I'm just kind of eyeballing my sample and putting them in the same place. There we go. Oops, I lost it. That one doesn't want to come up. Get a different one. So we'll put another one over here. Another one in here. Well, we've already got one right there. How about one right here? And then maybe another one up here. Perfect. I think that's good. And then this card is done. See, we got that done so quickly. And I hope you can see those raised images around the border, or next to the border, underneath our main floral image. It's really kind of pretty. And I wish I had done that on the other cards, but I didn't. Oh, one last thing. We want to kind of lift up our petals a little to get a little more dimension in here. So we're just going to kind of raise our petals just to add a little bit more something to the whole thing, to the card. And I don't bend them much. I just give them a little bit of, it just adds a little bit of something to the entire card. There we go. Perfect. All done. And then on the inside, I just stamped a joyful Christmas to you and yours. And that card is finished. That just came out so pretty. I love those colors. I'm going to have to put a picture of my wreath in there so you can see it. So then here's another sample. I just printed out a picture off of my phone of myself and my husband, and I just put that in the center. So you can add pictures to these. You can do whatever you want. You don't have to use the sentiments. I know a lot of people like to put pictures on their Christmas cards. And this one is non-traditional colors. I used mint macaron and blushing bride and a lot of pearls. That one came out pretty. This one I used, again, our cherry cobbler, and I used some gold foil underneath there, and then some of our real red rhinestones. I like that one, very Christmassy. This one, I was a little bit, I don't know how I feel. It's definitely green. So what I did here was I cut out this image with the die, and then I placed the negative over it. And I took some white ink and I just sponged it. And I think it came out pretty nice. So that's our green one. And then here is one that I did with copper foil, and I used our champagne rhinestones on there. And then here's another one. This was my first one. I'm not real happy with this one. I don't care for this one at all. The background is just too plain. See my white space back there? And this is the one where I wished I would have used the embossing folder behind it. That would have just made everything pop. So these are our cards for today. Pretty simple with that embossing folder. I love that embossing folder. And our die set. If you have any questions, you can email me to the address in the description below. Again, please like and comment. YouTube loves comments. Please give me a thumbs up, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.